Hello all. So welcome to this playlist from the Data with Abhi, which is SQL interview preparation guide. We'll cover 100 questions from SQL. I have categorized it into 8 categories, and we'll see the 8 categories in different levels of the interview questions. Can be from beginner level, like from the easy level, to the expert level, which is hard level. So first of all, we'll create some DDL language notebooks for our to create our the data, like the tables to go through the interview questions that we have already. So okay, we'll move forward. So I will open the folder, which can be like, let me clone that folder here. Git clone. So we'll use this folder, and in this session I'm going to utilize the git bash and the Azure Data Studio for this SQL query. So here we can utilize Python notebooks, which is a Jupyter notebook. So we can interact in this different cell as a different entity or different cell. Instead of using a separate SQL blocks, it is very easy to debug, analyze, and to work with SQL queries for the data warehouses. Okay, so now I have connected to my SQL warehouse. Okay, so these are the databases I have created. So just ignore the database. We're gonna utilize the other database. Okay, so we'll create an introductory file here. Introduction. Okay, so the extension can be .txt. Okay, we'll see. So we'll see the 100 SQL question. I will zoom it a little bit. Control plus. I hope it's visible clearly now. So here we'll see agenda will be 100 SQL questions from beginner level to expert level. Okay. Uh, so here we'll see the basic select and filtering filtering. So secondly we'll see aggregations and group by aggregations and group by. In third category we'll see the joins. Okay, joins. In the fourth category we'll see subqueries. Subqueries. Okay, in fifth category we'll see cities and recursive query, recursive queries. Okay, and sixth would be the window functions, and seventh section we will see the data definition language, constraints constraints and some indexes. The eighth category, which is advanced and scenario based questions. So in this, like if you see, like in the basic and filter, we'll see maybe 1 to 12 questions, and in aggregation and filter, we'll see 13 to 24 questions, and in joins, we'll see 25th. So I have categorized it. Okay, questions. Similarly, in subqueries, we'll see some question from 38 to 49 questions. Again, in CT and subqueries, we'll see 50 to 61 questions. And in window functions, we'll see 62 to 75 questions. questions, and again in DDL constant and indexes, we'll see 76 to 85 questions. Again in scenario, we'll see like the remaining 10 to 15 questions, which comes around 86 to 100 questions. Okay. Okay, these things we're going to cover. So for this, we need some common DLL schema which can be used across all the questions. So I have prepared that. Let's create the, which is I will just add it as common DDL schema dot IPYNB. Okay. So I will create the shared schema. Okay. So I have prepared these things. So for this, I will just paste here. Shared schema use across all 100 questions. All questions, it's fine. So I have created a table department in primary key varchar. So for this, I have to add one more cell here. Okay, which could be okay. Before that, I should create database database SQL 100 SQL 100, and we'll use this database. Okay, use SQL 100. Okay, for this, we have to execute these two, and then we can able to create this table inside this SQL 100. So we are going to create this database, and then we'll ingest this one. So in the departments, we'll have the department ID, department name, location, and budget. So these are the data types and the constructs for those specific fields. Similarly, employee table has been created here for the employee ID, first name, last name, email, hiring date, salary, department ID, manager ID, job title, and in the customer table, create a customer ID, first name, last name, email, city, country, created at. So, and these are the constant to each specific column or fields. Okay, so the varchar you all already know, like there is a variable character length up to 80, and unique means each and every email should be unique, should not be duplicated inside that column. If you try to enter the duplicate email in the record, so it will throw an error. So it because of these constraints. And created at when you ingest the record, this timestamp get created. It is by default. It takes a current timestamp means the current date. Again, here the products table in which I have added it product ID, product name, categories, price, stock, quantity, and these are the constants and the its type. Okay, the order and order item. So okay, to execute this, just click on this one, this button. When you click, we have to connect to our warehouse. Okay, now if you see the message does not exist, make sure that the name is entered correctly. We'll have to see whether I have created the database. Okay, so database can be seen here. Let's refresh whether the database has been created here or not. Let's try to run this code separately. Does not exist. Try to delete this one. So now it has been completed. Try to use it again. Then insert a code below. Use SQL 100. Try to run this. So command successfully completed. Okay, so try to refresh it here. Okay, this database has been created. So in this, we got the table use synonyms, programmability, external resource, service broker, storage, and security. So we will not see this in detail. Maybe in some other videos we'll explain and go through all this as a data studio. For now, just focus on the how SQL works and how we can improve our SQL language skills. Okay. So now I've created that. Let's run this cell. Okay, let's see what happens here. The message 1755 level 16 state line number 24. It is showing the default cannot be created on columns of the data types timestamp table customers column created at. Okay, default cannot be created. Okay. So what could be the issue here? Like line number 24, the customer table, and it is mentioned like a default timestamp cannot be created. So let's try to remove this and try to create it. Again, the keyword current timestamp is not there. Okay, current timestamp is, it is there actually. Why it is not taking? Incorrect syntax near current timestamp. Let's try to delete this one and try to run it again. Okay, we'll do instead of this, we'll just remove this one and try to run it again. Okay, so everything completed successfully. Let's try to query this table. Since we this is data definition language, we just have created the definition. Let's try to select the entries from orders item. Okay, zero row vector. So the schema has been created perfectly. Item ID, order date, product ID, quantity, unit prices has been created successfully. If you want to verify it in the tables, go to this SQL database. Inside it, you will see like DBU customer, department, employees, order ID, order items, products. So let's see an order item that we have seen already. Check the columns. Okay, so these are the column. If you see like primary key, we have defined there. You can see the PK, and it's integer, and it's since it's primary key, automatically take this. It is not null. Okay, and for other also for order ID, it takes so foreign key int and it can store the null values. So to define the foreign key, we have added here as a references. So order ID integer reference orders order ID. So we have created orders table, and from that order ID is referenced, right? So that's why it SQL able to the database able to fetch like okay, this is the foreign key. Similarly for the product ID, quantity, and the net prices. Okay. Let's ingest some data. Uh, some sample data should be ingested here. So I have prepared some sample data. This can get ingested. Okay, let me copy that data. Okay, so these are the sample data. So we'll ingest it into the specific tables. Okay, so these are the tables. So for departments, for employees. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables created. We using data definition language. We'll ingest this sample data into the 6 table. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's try to ingest. Just run this cell. So you can simply so you cannot insert an explicit value into timestamp column. Use insert with the column list to exclude a timestamp column or insert a default into timestamp column. Okay, so this is causing an issue at line number 18. Let's look at the customers. So let's check the customer. Okay, so we have added it here like timestamp and what it is causing. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries and check how much column is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and the error is like use insert with the column list to exclude a timestamp column or insert a default into timestamp column. And when we are trying to create the, okay, let's try to insert a default and try to run it again. Okay. So, incorrect syntax, where it is incorrect. Incorrect syntax at line number 32. Maybe because of this default, it is not taking. Let's try current date or current. So try to create it again. Incorrect syntax again. Why it is incorrect? If you remove this default and current date, let's try to name department in the database. That is true. Okay, let's take this symbol here. Insert a code above or replace. Create or replace. Maybe it is not taking here, so it can be taken on the Spark SQL versions at the Databricks level. But here it is already, it shows that it is already exists. Okay, we'll try to remove this one. Okay, we'll try to script as a draft. Let's go to the so it is executing action to drop this. So let me go here and check whether table is there or not. Okay, it has dropped the information. So we'll create one code again. Delete table customers don't get. We cannot delete it. Okay, we'll alter this table. Alter table default. Then we'll try to run it again. It is showing like it has some issue. Maybe this is causing some issue. So let me resolve this for you. Okay. So the issue was with this created at date time default get date. So before it was like timestamp default current timestamp. So in the SQL server we do not have that function available, but it is available in the Databricks runtimes. So for the SQL server we have to make sure like we should use a datetime default get date, or we can use a datetime too. Both can be possible. So I have prepared this with a datetime default get date. And now we can able to insert this data with this data date here. Okay. So now after executing this, we will able to see like 5 rows affected, 10 rows affected, 6 rows affected. If you see like these are this entries for 6 table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you want to verify the entry, we can take any of the table. Let's take this order table, and we can see this direct star from order date and just see the data. Okay, now you can able to see the data. There are 7 entries in this data from this 7 rows. Okay. No, not 7. There are more. It looks it is separated by comma. Okay. It is 16 entries in the order date. Okay.